is just around the corner, and Christ the King is smiling up there. Children hanging stockings and parents getting sneaky about what they do and why they're gone and where. Christmas time is here again, thank God for life and love and friends, and let your feelings free. Christmas time is here, my friends, sing jingle bells and reverent hymns and silent night again.
Well, Christmas is almost here again. I love this feeling Christmas. The friends, the family, the magic, the presents, and especially the tree. It's tremendous. Hi, I'm Amy. Did you ever wonder where Christmas trees come from? Well, I did, so I set off on a journey to find out. Come in with me while I finish decorating our tree, and I'll tell you what I learned. A long time ago in Germany, a man named Martin Luther brought a tree into his home and decorated it with candles to celebrate Christmas. That was the first Christmas tree, or so the legend goes. We don't use candles anymore because they are dangerous, so we use lights like these. So for a long time, people would just cut trees down in the forest and take them home to decorate for Christmas. But nowadays, things are different. There are tree farms that do nothing but grow Christmas trees, and that's good, because each year they plant many more trees so that we will always have Christmas trees. So to find out more about the Christmas tree business, I traveled all the way to Oregon and met a man and his family who grow over 1 million Christmas trees each year, Mr. Hal Schudel and his sons. Come on. Mr. Schudel, can you tell me what steps you go through to produce Christmas trees?
First of all, you got to start with a little seed somewhere. You think about these Christmas trees or any timber tree you see growing out here in the background, it starts from a little seed, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So we go out in our better forest where we got the superior seed sources and collect seed. Then we take these little seeds to our greenhouse and we germinate them and plant them. And from there they're growing for a year, and then they're transplanted out in the field to make a little bigger seedling. From there then they go to the field. So 2 years from that little seed, we plant them in the field, in rows, either with machine or by hand, on prepared ground that's been fertilized and limed.
As Mr. Schudel told me about the Christmas tree business, I began to realize how much work really does go into growing trees. Soon, we were in a field following a tractor which pulled a special trailer called a no-till planting machine. As the machine makes trenches, the workers ride on it and place the little trees in the holes. Then, packer wheels cover them securely because they must be planted firmly to grow well for the next 7 to 10 years. I pulled on one and was surprised to see how firm it was in the soil.
You know we have to be concerned with the environment, and Christmas tree farmers are. They are like gardeners. They harvest trees every year, but they always plant more, just like a gardener plants more vegetables.
There are lots of different types of Christmas trees with names like Scotch pine, noble fir, grand fir, and Douglas fir. The Schudels grow more of the Douglas fir, which is a mighty strong tree, and they can grow as big as this tree, or they can grow to be as big or bigger than this one.
After the seedling comes out of the greenhouse, it looks like this, so they're pretty small. They love the rain. It helps them grow just like water helps us grow.
Slowly but surely, sunshine and rain and just passing time help the trees grow. In about 7 or 8 years, the trees are ready to be cut for Christmas. But the Christmas trees don't always look perfect like this one. Some of them look funny, like this one. So the tree farmers trim them or shear them with a big knife called a machete, so that they will have a nice shape, like this one. You see? Just like a gardener, a Christmas tree farmer has to do many things to make sure that the trees are healthy and and look good before they are harvested. When the tree is ready to be cut, they use a tool called a chainsaw because it's quick and effective. But they have to be very careful because chainsaws can be very dangerous tools.
Many tree farmers let you choose and cut your own tree with a handsaw, just like they did in the old days.
Boy, that chainsaw really cuts through the tree. See these rings? That's how you can tell how old the tree is. This one's about 10 years old.
Now the tree starts its long journey to your home.
Ah, there's nothing like the smell of a real Christmas tree. Did you know that trees breathe? Well, they do.
And then I started to see the many parts of the Christmas tree puzzle coming together. As soon as the trees are cut, which is called harvesting, many workers began picking them up and throwing them into big bundles. Once they have enough trees in each group, they secure the bundles with rope, tying them tightly so that the groups of trees won't fall apart.
Then airplanes, not like this, but helicopters,
with specially trained pilots, are used to transport or move the bundles to a big dump truck. The cable hooked to the helicopter is connected to a switch inside the helicopter so that once it picks up a bundle, it can drop it over the truck. Now I know what they mean when they say Christmas is in the air.
Merry Christmas!
Watch how this happy guy hooks the cable to the bundles. This is why they have to be tied so tight, so they don't fall apart in the air. Up, up, and away they go. And it all happens so fast. The pilot has to know exactly when to hit the switch so that the bundle falls directly into the truck below. See, there you go. And you know what? I never saw him miss. Helicopters and ground crews here can move as many as 10,000 trees a day. From here, the dump truck drives back to another part of the farm and unloads its cargo. All of these people work very hard to make sure you have a nice Christmas tree. The next step is to put the tree through a machine called a baler so that it's wrapped tightly with twine. This is important so that the trees don't get broken or ruined in their long trip to your home, wherever it may be in the world. Next, the trees are tagged to identify which kinds of trees they are. Then, they are moved again and loaded into large semi-trucks, like this one. You see how they travel up the ramp on a conveyor belt and are carefully placed in the back of the truck? Most of the trucks are refrigerated so that the trees will stay cool and fresh, even if they have to travel 1,000 miles or more. Hey, and driving those big trucks is not an easy job either.
Christmas time is such a magical time of the year.
Everybody loves to decorate their houses with Christmas stuff. We always put these little collectibles up at Christmas. Of course, Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without wreaths. The tree farmers make wreaths out of branches left over from trimming the trees. This is good because that way no part of the tree is wasted, and we really enjoy decorating our home with wreaths. I especially like the little pine cones they put on them. Then, the wreaths are packed with care and a Christmas smile. When the boxes are packed, they are shipped by truck, just like the trees.
And sometimes they deliver Christmas trees by train.
To big distribution centers like this one.
Plantation Douglas fir, fresh off the rail cars from Oregon, just came in fresh cut.
Thousands upon thousands of trees arrive all over the country in the weeks before Christmas. Then they are unloaded and stacked neatly in large warehouses. Then more workers move them around the warehouse with vehicles called forklifts. But after that, they have to be loaded by hand in the backs of smaller trucks. And tied down for their safety. Finally, each of the trucks sets off to deliver the trees to lots all over the cities. Christmas isn't far off now, and the people that work at the Christmas tree lots prepare for all the people that will be coming down to pick out their trees. You know, I don't think anybody loves Christmas more than kids, right? And picking out the tree is one of the fun things a family can do together before Christmas. Many trees go to giant lots like this one in the city. But others are delivered to small country stores or Christmas tree lots. Many of these trees also come from small tree farmers who might only produce a few hundred trees each year. Remember what a great feeling it is to find the right tree? And when you see it, you know it's the right one.
Mom, it's the most beautiful tree I ever saw.
And then you tie it to the top of the car and drive home with it.
Everyone knows for sure now that Christmas is just around the corner.
I've got this feeling Christmas is just around the corner, and Christ the King is smiling up there. Children hanging stockings and parents getting sneaky about what they do and why they're gonna wear. Christmas time is here again, thank God for life and love and friends, and let your feelings free. Christmas time is here, my friends, sing jingle bells and reverent hymns and silent night again.
Once you get your tree, lights go up everywhere, and the spirit of Christmas is really in the air. Packages appear under the tree, and snowmen grow out of nowhere. And whether you live in a big city or a little village like me, Christmas time has finally arrived. And the joy of Christmas is in every heart and every soul. And all of the hard work the tree farmers have put into growing Christmas trees makes people happy all around the world. Sometimes Christmas is over before you know it, but you never forget it, and you're already looking forward to next Christmas. Everybody should be here soon, but there's something very important I have to tell you first. When Christmas is finally over, we all have a job to do. We must do the right thing with our tree. Here's what I learned. This is a recycling center, and when Christmas is over, you can bring a Christmas tree here to be recycled. Come on, let me show you. Once you leave your tree here, they grind it up and make it into stuff called mulch. Watch this. It wasn't that long ago that people would just throw their trees away, but recycling is a very important way to help save our precious environment. Just watch how the scoop on the front of this vehicle, called a front-end loader, picks up several of the old Christmas trees at once. Then he carefully dumps them into a giant grinding machine called a tub grinder. Now, instead of the trees just being thrown away, something very wonderful starts to happen. Because the only thing that's better than recycling is reusing. And after the trees are turned into mulch, the mulch travels up this ramp and shoots out the top. See? And this is where you can almost see the magic of the Christmas tree story. Because the piles of mulch grow larger and larger and begin to remind you of a Christmas tree. And so they should, because pretty soon you'll see how this recycling process and this mulch are a way of reusing the old tree to grow new ones. Then, the piles of mulch are mixed with other things like grass clippings and are left to sit or compost for several months. Finally, recycling workers prepare bags for the compost. The bags are rotated on a machine that takes them right under a big funnel, which drops a certain amount of the mixture into each plastic bag. I'll bet you're wondering what this has to do with Christmas trees now. Well, the bags are sealed tightly and travel on a conveyor belt to another worker. See? And then he packs them tightly onto wooden pallets. And then they are moved with a forklift to a storage area outside. Whew, it takes a lot of hard work to make it all happen. But soon gardening supply businesses will have these bags for sale in your town.
And that's how recycling Christmas trees works. And then they use this mulch to help new trees grow all over again. By the way, thanks for recycling your Christmas trees.
Now, I knew one place the bags were going to go, and Mr. Rexius, the owner of the recycling plant, gave me one to take with me.
So you see, the tree grew, it became a Christmas tree, and then it was recycled into mulch and compost. Then it goes to a greenhouse. Not to a little greenhouse like this, but to a big greenhouse like this one. And guess who's here? Hello again, Mr. Schudel.
Hello, Amy. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you too. I went to see them recycle the trees and they made it into mulch. And then they made the mulch into compost. So I guess what comes around goes around.
That's exactly right. And here we're in the greenhouse now, and this is where that process all starts. You see these little seeds? These are tree seeds.
Wow.
Would you guess they'd be that small when you think of a big tree? Those are little tiny seeds. They've been pre-germinated, and I'm going to show you how we plant them here in the greenhouse. Now, this is the start of that Christmas tree process. You see that little root on the end?
Yes.
You don't want to rake that off, but you place those in the soil very carefully, one by one, the root down. And you see what I'm doing?
Yes.
Would you like to do it?
I'd love to try.
You bet.
And someday these will be big Christmas trees?
Yes, we're starting them here. And you see, we just continue until this little block is, this will hold 200 little seedlings eventually. Now this is one that's been planted a whole week, but you don't see anything coming up yet.
Yes.
It's germinating, it's been kept moist and warm in the greenhouse here. But here, look at 2 weeks later.
Wow.
See the seed has
Starting
now
to
come
grow.
up, it's grown, and the little seed coat's still here. Then you look down here 3 weeks. What do you see?
They're starting to grow a lot.
They're starting to grow. Come on, Amy. I want to show you the rest of our greenhouse.
Okay, let me get my greenhouse.
My journey was almost over now, and so I took one last walk around the tree farm with my old friend Mr. Schudel. He's very proud of his trees, just like he's proud of his 3 sons, Steve, John, and Dave. I guess the trees are kind of like a part of the family, just like his sons. They have grown big and strong, and between them, they run most of the business now. Finally, he showed me how to plant little trees by hand, the old-fashioned way. You know, I really received an education when I set off to learn about Christmas trees. I'm very glad I did, because I discovered a business where thousands of people work hard to make millions of people happy. And if we do our jobs right in recycling Christmas trees, then we have all learned the most important lesson in the Christmas tree story. What comes around goes around. I knew it was time to leave, so I thanked Mr. Schudel one last time for all he had taught me. I knew I would see him again, but I just had to turn around and wave. And then I had to say, Merry Christmas!
I've got this feeling Christmas is just around the corner, and Christ the King is smiling up there. Children hanging stockings, and parents getting sneaky about what they do, why they're gone, and where. Christmas time is here again. Thank God for life and love and friends. Let your feelings free. Christmas time is here, my friends. Sing jingle bells and reverent hymns, and silent night again. I've got this feeling Christmas has blessings unexpected. When things look bad, it changes every care. It makes you think of others, little sisters and little brothers. I love this feeling, Christmas in the air. Christmas time is here again. Thank God for life and love and friends. Let your feelings free. Christmas time is here, my friends. Sing jingle bells and reverent hymns, and silent night again. I've got this feeling Christmas is meant to bring us joy. To help another fills our hearts with cheer. And with it we must gather and share what really matters, that we are all one beneath one God above. Christmas time is here again. Thank God for life and love and friends. Let your feelings free. Christmas time is here, my friends. Sing jingle bells and reverent hymns, and silent night again. Christmas time is here again. Thank God for life and love and friends. And let your feelings free. Christmas time is here, my friends. Sing jingle bells and reverent hymns, and silent night, holy night. Everything's right. It's Christmas. It's Christmas.